So first red flag, 2 years ago, he had 6 kids and 3 baby mamas. And yes, before you go, yes, I don't understand why you don't think a convicted felon with 6 kids and 3 mamas is not my soulmate. I don't see why. We all, I'm a big on redemption, but let me not like gloss over. Like to everyone in my life was like, whoa, like, well, what are you doing? Like, and, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but like, I'm put together, you know what I mean? So it was like I don't know what the universe allowed. No, I'm not going to say that. I allowed myself to believe, and there were some other things, and we'll get into it, that maybe I thought were redeeming about him, but like, those were the first red flags. So immediately I had lowered my standards, but to there I thought, I'll be very safe here. I mean, why would a man at this level ever want to lose someone like me? Ding ding ding. Girl, no. The harder I tried to love him, the more he as I think about it now, like, the more I felt like he like realized like he didn't really deserve it. And he didn't, but there we are. But that was the first red flags. And again, I'm all about redemption, loving the unlovable. I think what I'm finding out about myself, because my ex-husband wasn't like that. Like, he was put together. He had his other problems, but we're not going to bring him into this little series. But what I liked about my ex, was that he was kind of like, I thought in my mind, like a little diamond in the rough. I thought he was smart. I thought he was like, he was nifty, and of course, because he was felon, so, he was creative. But, like, I kind of admired, like, how he had been able to accomplish some of the things that he did, like, even just within circumstance. But, then I slowly realized he just would find women like me and take advantage of them and take all their resources and good value and skate off with them. So, now I know. But, in all seriousness, like, that was the first red flag. I should have ran for the hills, but I didn't. I stayed and played. And, oh boy, did I go through it. He took me through it, girl. Every which way but the right way. But I think that what I had stumbled on is, like, when a man has any, like, issues with, like, maternally and with, like, being abandoned and things like that, like, they don't, someone like me would see that wound and go, oh my goodness, like, let me be there for you and, like, show you this. But, like, they actually don't really understand that. They only understand that kind of, like, pull away wound. And this is just me. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not anything, but, like, how I perceive it is that, like, there was something there about that. And so the harder I tried to, like, make his life easy and complete and help him and grounded and like really build him up and help him build a business and really turn his life around and be a better father and all those things, like, that was not what he was looking for. He liked it, like, he benefited from it, but he wasn't looking for that in a woman, right? Or he didn't really know how to, in my opinion, he didn't really know, like, or it felt like he, like, take it for granted. And he did take it for granted. He felt like he did. Yeah, he did. But, like, it was this weird, like, the harder I would try, the worse he would treat me. And, he made me so insecure. I mean, to the point where, like, I felt unrecognizable. And mind you, I was only with him for a year and a half and then on and off 6 months after that. But, like, the damage that he was able to do in that short time was so traumatic to my way of thinking that, like, I'm reprogramming myself to, like, who I was before I met him. Like, oh, wait, hold on now. I ain't just no regular megler. You know what I mean? So it was just so weird to, like, think of myself on such a low light because that's where he was comfortable, like, putting me, or that was where I was comfortable accepting from him. And he was so, like, a depriver of, like, love and intimacy that, like, any little bit I got from him was, like, so rewarding, to where, like, it created, like, I think anything to compare it to is, like, almost like a drug. Like, he was, like, you know, it wasn't a long high, but, you know, it was worth chasing it, and I guess going through the ringer for it, right? Because it was so far between, and my self-worth with him was so low that I just, you know, I accepted anything. And, you know, he broke me down about my body, my looks, my age, my, you know, the way I talked, the way I thought, the way, even though he was monetizing it, making money off of me, you know, utilizing every resource I had and using it, but he made me feel like those were such bad attributes of me, right? And so it was really a mindfuck, you know? And so that was the first red flag. I'm gonna put it there. I think I've done enough for this walk. On my next walk, I'd love for you guys to, like, share with me, like, what you guys have been through, and, like, we can kind of chitty chat about it, or I can give you, like, I don't know. I don't really know where this is going, but I told myself I'm going to record some videos and put it on YouTube. And if you watch it, if you like it, cool. If you don't, cool. I don't care. I've already been through the ringer, and I'm trying to survive the most traumatic relationship of my entire life. And so watch me do it, because I will heal. I will lose some weight. Like, okay, so right now I started at 150. I know, I'm 4'11", so you can just boom, girl. Boom. Like, it's big back in it, right? Depression. I'm now at 143. And I'm going to continue on that journey until I'm 125, which was what I used to be, you know, back in my younger day. You know, I'm 37 years old, so I know. You couldn't tell. I know you couldn't, but maybe you could. And if you can, please leave that to yourself. But, you know, that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm just looking for, like, to build a little sad girl community that turns happy girl, though. Not sad girl forever. Like, just, like, was sad and now is happy. I used to want to open this nonprofit called She Thought, which was like share, heal, and empower, right? And so the concept of that for me was to have women kind of share their stories of divorce, or being moms, or, you know, being single moms, or whatever kind of things that plague women in particular, share them and allow them to kind of, like, rebuild their infrastructure from, like, and use other women to kind of piggyback off of. So I'm kind of thinking about going back after that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so your girl is walking and talking, and walking like I talk it. You know, she's just walking, and she's gonna get skinny. She's gonna get pretty. She's gonna get happy. Because, you know, I've been divorced before, so this is my first rodeo at heartbreak. But can I tell you that this one was hard? It was hard. It was tough. It was rough. It was all that stuff. You know what I mean? So stay tuned. Get at me. Holla at your girl.